that's life, period. Right? We go through different experiences. We go through different events. Things happen around us. Things happen to us. We witness things happening that don't even directly impact our lives, but all that shapes who we are. And that's, I'm not even talking about on demand. I'm talking about just life in general, right? Whether, we have kids, we get married, I don't know, some big ones, pandemic, 9/11. I mean, and some small ones, a tornado passes by or
That's small.
What? Okay, big, fine. I don't know. Your car broke down. I mean, that's small.
Yeah.
I mean, all that shapes who we are.
Mm-hmm.
I think what is hard is to see that impact while it's being made in that point of time. You don't know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, because you're probably, if it's something tragic, you're very emotional, even if it's something positive, if it's something you've been working towards or whatever. These things can be very emotional. And you're trying to figure out that emotion. You're trying to deal with it in things in the moment. And it's not till later on, whether it's weeks, months, years, whatever, that you reflect and say, okay, I learned from this, or I didn't learn from it, and now it's time to take the steps to learn from it.
That's important too.
So
that's often underestimated, right? Where the lesson could come in, months, weeks, months, years, decades later.
Yeah, absolutely.
Reflecting back on the situation and say, maybe I should move on. Maybe this was a lesson. Maybe a point of reflection that could take place.
Absolutely. I mean, there's things that can happen to you in your childhood that change your relationships later in life, or how you conduct yourself in relationships, that you're not capable mentally. You're not developed enough mentally to see what they've done to you or to deal with it until you hit a certain age. When you're in your maybe late teens, if you're lucky, or somewhere in adulthood where you can say, oh, you know what? Yeah, that I see. Maybe, you'll see it reflected in someone else. You'll be like, oh, okay. You know what? I can see how that relates to me because I lived through similar circumstances.